that behind feeling, the one that sneaks in when you see other people go into full work mode while you're still juggling kids and half thinking about your business. It's not you being a failure. That's not you being behind. That's shame doing the maths with the wrong numbers. It's looking at your life and comparing it to something that's not even remotely the same. This behind feeling that mums get at this time of the year is so common. It shows up over and over again, but this summer holidays phase is definitely where it comes in the most, but you might see it show up in other parts of your life as well. And it took me a long time to figure out that this isn't a me problem. It's not that I'm failing, it's not that I'm working hard enough, it's not that if I just juggled faster that things would all fall into place. It's really a signal for me that my season has got mismatched. I'm trying to get full noise into new year, new business, new exciting plans, while I'm still got the kids at home, prepping them for school, thinking about school uniforms, stationery, that's all got to come soon, dealing with the anxiety of new teachers, new classrooms, new friends, and trying to launch into the first quarter with all of the energy that I should have as a motivated and ambitious small business owner. Right? No wonder we feel behind. Here's the thing. About this time, we're starting to feel a little bit over the holidays. We're reminded that definitely our school holidays weren't this long. I'm sure they weren't. Or maybe that's just a sign we're getting old. We're itching to focus. We're seeing all these other people doing this cool stuff in their business, in their jobs, getting back into the new year. And you start to feel that like tightening in your chest, or the twist in the gut, or the closing around your throat, that you're like, oh, I'm not there yet. You know, deep down, truthfully, you won't have space or time to focus until late January. And if we're really honest, early Feb, because it takes a week to get everyone settled and sorted at school before you can turn your attention to the other hat that you wear, which is your business owner hat. Instead of recognizing it for what it is that I'm in a different season than that other business owner over there who doesn't have the kids at home, we start to feel like it's a me problem. And shame is that sinking feeling that we're not enough, that as a person we're not doing enough. Guilt is the feeling that our actions were bad or not enough. The shame is when we point it to ourselves as the individual. I want to think about this slightly differently. There's nothing to be late for. We're on this journey for a long time, the parenting one and the business one. You can't be late. You're just right where you're supposed to be. Feeling behind, not dramatically, just this low grade, nagging sense that everyone's got some momentum and is moving, but I'm not. We want to make sure that we recognize that this isn't a race. There's no set start time, there's no set finish line, and so therefore there's actually no way that you could be late or being left behind. You have to really recognize that at this time of the year, you're in a split attention season. You have to both keep the business viable, going with less of you, because you're also in a season of the kids are home and it's summer holidays. And so acknowledging that for us as women with established businesses, and also that we have a family, potentially school-aged kids, that this season is going to be split. You're going to have your attention in both places. And I'm not saying you don't normally have your attention on parenting, it's just that you tend to have some spaciousness in the day where the kids are entertained, educated, hopefully, or, doing activities, and those are really important. I want to make sure that you acknowledge that you've got this split attention piece going on. If you can just acknowledge that your attention is split in a more defined way for this season right now, it might stop feeling so heavy. You might give yourself a little rest from beating yourself up about feeling behind. So it's not a race, you're not late, you're in a split attention season, just allow that to be. You comparing your January capacity to someone else's is just emotional sabotage. You've got no idea of knowing what's going on for them. You only know what's going on for you. And if your capacity for business right now is limited because the kids are home and there's activities to get to and you are responsible for all of that as well as your business, stop beating yourself up for it. The fact that you won't get full-on 9 to 3 focus until late January, early February, cool. I'm here for it. That's how it works. It's really important that you understand that this is literally a feeling, not a fact. And feelings don't get to run how you feel about this new year or your business or your parenting or how this season is running out. In the Moxie world, we do this differently because we're all doing this. Some of us are homeschooling, some of us are in mainstream school, and we all have to normalize the fact that summer is the time when we're out doing stuff with our kids in the southern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, coming off the back of like big, crazy, silly season, and we can also normalize the fact that back to school, etc., is impacting you right now. We want to talk about phase momentum. For mums in business, we don't want to think about January is the time to full noise into it. We're going to look at preparing now, executing later. But in January, it's all about what needs to happen later on. We are getting set up for 6-week planning that's going to happen at the end of January rather than trying to do it at the start or in the middle. We don't try and kick off any big projects during January. We know that none of them are going to start until the start of February just because of the world we live in. We'd be thinking about what do we need to do now to prepare for later? What are the things that we can take off our list for February, March, April for the next 90 days, if we do them now, that are relevant to you? Think phased momentum. Think this is a season for preparation with execution later. That's really going to help you know what you should be doing, and it matches your seasonal capacity with the momentum you're creating. So prep now, execution later. And the execution will be much faster and better because you prepped now, because you thought about it, because you did the deliberate work. We want to make sure that we remember that our focus follows our capacity, not the other way around. We don't get focus and then get capacity. We get capacity and then get focus. So what I mean by that, it means right now your capacity is less, which also probably means your focus is less. We know in the future, not too far now, I promise, you'll have more capacity, have more time, effort, energy to put into other things, not just being the primary parent, not just being the primary homekeeper. Don't beat yourself up if you cannot focus on executing on things right now, and just take that phased approach. Focus follows capacity. You're going to have more capacity when the kids are back into their routine, their rituals, they're going to sports activities after school, etc. Those things are going to help. Scarlett used to go and do surf camps or go away and go horse riding for a week or go to Nan Poppers for a little break. It's absolutely okay for you to grab that capacity window and do some really focused work. And if you get that, take advantage of it. Do a little bit of rest and reset for you, because as I say all the time, school holidays are not a mum holiday, they're the absolute opposite. So you could take a little mum holiday for a day while the kids are away, and then you could maybe do some focused work because you've got a little more capacity for you and for the business and the impact that you're wanting to make. And then lastly, I really want you to be clear that the feeling behind is just that. It's a feeling, it's not a fact. I can't look at your business and your journey right now and go, look, she's like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months behind, 300 hours behind. That's not how this works. And so stop telling yourself that, stop repeating that phase, and just acknowledge split season capacity and use that to allow yourself the spaciousness to move through this. How do we deal with this? Well, we have things like the Good Ideas car park. I find that when I'm doing things differently than my normal day-to-day, week-to-week stuff, sometimes great ideas come up. I have an idea about something I'm really excited to do in my business because I'm away camping with Scarlett, or I am off doing some sort of musical experience with her. And I'll have this great idea based on something I saw and I experienced because I'm outside my normal, so my creativity is flowing. This could be in notes on your phone that we use Asana. There's a Great Ideas car park in there. It could be a doc that you keep open that you put it in. It could be a voice note that you send to yourself. If you've got things that come up because you're out of your ordinary environment, because you're on holiday with the kids or you're doing something different, take a note of it. Don't lose it. These are things I definitely want to do, but I'm parking them intentionally so I can execute on them well later. Make sure you're really clear on your actual restart date. We very deliberately think about kids going back to school and then work starting after it for a lot of our women, purely because that first week back to school, yes, they are back at school and you get some spaciousness and capacity to work, but there's also worries about new teachers and all the school stuff that comes up that nobody told you about. They did do the same thing last year, but they're doing it again this year, and there's camps and there's activities and there's things that you have to plan for right now. Make sure that you leave that week spacious, and then pick a date to start face-to-face with customers, clients, products, doors open after that. Or if you are back to work already, cool. Just be really clear on what that looks like and what your capacity is right now. But being really clear on what your restart date is and when you're going to start deliberately executing on your plans for this year is really important. Because if you don't have a clear date, it's really hard to get started. And if you need help with that, let us know, because we set everything up on the 27th of January. We get locked and loaded, and we do our first 6-week planning session, and that lays out the next 6 weeks of work in 2 frames for my Moxie woman. One to build a better future so that next year in January you're not working, and one to make more money so that you don't have that money slump in March that we talked about. We want to do both, and we use that as our restart date. We're doing the prep and planning on the 27th, and then we launch into the 6-week projects kicking off on the 2nd of February. Be clear about when you're starting. Let everybody know that's when you're starting, and make a clear plan in advance of how you're going to use that time when you get back. But make sure you've got an intentional practice of planning how you're going to use your time going forward. And then we use this time where we don't have a lot of brain space. Brain fog is a real thing during the summer holidays, where you're doing all the things for the kids, you're enjoying the sunshine, but people aren't really going to bed at a reasonable hour because it's light until 10 o'clock at night. Use this stuff for low brain tasks, the stuff that you put off throughout the year because it's not worth you doing right now. It's a really good time to do it. Deleting things off your phone, deleting out emails that you can do wherever you are, while you're lying in the sun, or while you're waiting to pick the kids up from their latest activity or their latest play date. There are some low brain tasks that you can do right now that actually will make 2026, launching into it when you do get started, much more focused, much more future focused, because you've decided and deleted and taken action on those low brain tasks early. Remember, calm isn't something that just shows up. It's not something that just passively arrives without you doing anything about it. The calm comes from you choosing it. It comes from you deciding that January is the way January is, and not beating yourself with it because you're seeing other people doing something different. The reason other people are doing something different is they have a different reality to you. And the internet has some great pieces to it. And I think the comparison static that you get from seeing what other people are doing any time of the year, but particularly at the start of a new year, can be really paralyzing. And that emotional energy that you're giving to feeling behind, like you're not doing enough, and then feeling shameful that you're letting yourself and your business down again, isn't helpful. There's a lot of energy going into that. Instead, put that energy into that really clear prep, so that when you get executing, the prep's already done and you can just hit the ground running. That feeling of being behind, we can absolutely kill dead just by having a really clear roadmap and plan for what you need to be doing in your business right now, so that 2026 is great. If you'd like some help with that, we have something called the Moxie Business Roadmap, and it's a clear pathway for what are the foundational things you need to put in your business to get yourself out of survival mode and into stable mode, and then from stable mode into success mode, so that along the way you actually get more time back for yourself, start doing less, lightening the load, and keeping more profit. So if you'd like that, reach out. We will get you a copy of that so that you can go, this is the bits that I need to be thinking about doing in 2026. It's a prep piece of work. It gives you clarity so that you know what you're going to execute on come February. Let's make sure that you stop emotionally beating yourself up right now for your season. And let's start thinking about and prepping for how we can make sure it's different next year for you. And if you'd like our help with that, hit us up. We'd love to help you out inside the Done by 3 Club or the MBA, depending on where you're at in your business journey. Till next time, this is not a race. You are not behind. You're in a split season of capacity. Till next time, stay Moxie.